All right, so ETPs are finally rising. So ETPs have been really stagnant across many sets actually. So like Paldean Fates is actually dropping. 151's been pretty stagnant and dropping. Crown Zenith also dropped from like 240 to 220. So a lot of these specialty set ETPs they've dropped, and this one finally rose. You see a big buyout, a huge buyout of Snorlax ETP sold. So demand doubles for this. 16 sold, and I think this is a long time coming. So people bought a lot of these, and now this is heading toward 430. So I think for the longest time I've been trying to this has been trying to get to 415 but hasn't been there. If you look at the price graph, yeah, it goes like 405 for this whole month and nothing really happens. So people are finally making a play for these Snorlax promos. They've been so stagnant for or Snorlax ETBs. They've been so stagnant for a month. These are really hard to get, and they're 151. So people like the most obvious sets to get, or the most popular sets, like they're always in people's minds to make plays on. So yeah, a lot of them were sold. Some of them there was one sold for 425, but otherwise all of them are around the normal margins. So people just bought all the cheaper supply of this, and yeah, we'll see where this goes. It could head toward 450 finally. For PC TVs, they sold one. I'm keeping an eye out for this increased demand. It doesn't take much for the price to rise back up to 1,000 or go up again. And look at supply. There's always only a couple. You see there's two around 950, 960, then it goes back to 990s. These will probably take off again at some point. I'm just not sure when. So you're just like keeping an eye. If you want to buy the dip, buy the dip. If you want to kind of miss out, go for something else. Like that's also fine. Like it's not necessarily going to be the best use of your money, even if it does go up. For UPCs, they sold to yesterday. I think in the prismatic section, which I recorded earlier, I said they went up. It actually went down. So yeah, made an error on that. But these are down $17. So just no sale on UPCs. So you see this one is pretty cheap over here. Actually pretty good price. This is about 607, usually around 630. So, and it also looks 100% feedback. So pretty safe buyer. These are really headed towards 650. There's only two, and then 650, even 675. So yeah, people are making plays. I've seen this in Prismatic too. People are making plays for the more expensive items now. For booster bundles, they sold 22 yesterday, so it's been a little higher actually. It's been like in the teens. Now it's like a little above 20 for booster bundles. So they're at 104 and still just struggling to break to like past like 105 or whatever. For packs, the number of packs sold was 47 packs. So here's the thing with 151 packs. Sadly, they might hop out at $17 for now. So I do see one seller posting 120 packs for $16. So it's $1 less than a normal pack price. Of course, if you're a ripper shipper, you could you could buy that out. Otherwise, like we see a little more quantity of packs. So 120 over there. This seller has 40 around $17, and no, if you add the number of packs, other packs up, it's probably about 70 packs around $17. And then you finally get back to over here. So if you can make it through all those packs, which is really only like 200 packs, you can make it through these $18 or $19 pack prices, but we're not quite there yet. So it really only takes so much capital for it to happen. But right now we're seeing about 200 packs until like 18 or 19 or whatever. Like it's just the quantity over here is like really low, except for this seller here, which has 300 packs. So that's about 1850. For maintain displays, I think they're around the same price. Sold 0 the last 2 days, and I think people will buy these up once the price per pack makes a little more sense. But otherwise, like if you have these, you should probably keep these or trade them if you want to go with something else. But I probably wouldn't sell them because 151 is going to go crazy. It's hard to get like good sealed product. For Blooming Waters, it sold 2 yesterday, 2 the day before that. It's been kind of slowing down. Yeah, a lot of prices just hovering around 190. It does go up a little bit after that. Blooming Waters still is like, out of all the things I track, it's still the cheapest option price per pack. Sure, there's other options every now and then. I just don't, usually not much happens. I don't really track them. Booster bundle displays, yeah, no sales since September 28th. These have been pretty stagnant. For binders, these have also been pretty stagnant. Not many sales recently, and RJ Breaks is trying to undercut everyone still. And then Snorlax promos, yeah, around $19. So yeah, definitely still not at the $20 something market that they were before. It's only about 50 per day. All right, this Mega Evolutions thing is really, really crazy. Like, I have not seen a release like this in a while. If you watch the Final Fantasy section at the very end, I do a mention of like, hey, these things like were released at the same like date, Spider-Man and this, and you don't have to be a magic thing, but this literally applies to, like, you know, Journey to Go, Destined Rivals, over. Like, demand usually drops to below 100 boxes a day after like a week. You know, sometimes after a few days. And you're not seeing that with Mega Evolutions. If I add it all up of all the listings, like 125 sold. I remember for Journey Together, it's really bad. I was like desperate. I was like counting everything, and it was, you could barely get like, oh, it's like, oh, it's like 20 cases, 20 boxes a day. It was really, really sad. We're still at 100 boxes per day, because if you go to 7 here, that's 7 cases there, that's about 42 boxes. Over here, 49, so that's about, you know, already almost 100. That's about 990, and then plus 37, so that's like 125. Individually, you do see some drops, like you see like this is dipping down, so we do see a slowdown. But we're still seeing some price changes. Like, the cases have gone back up, and they've been dipping lately. So they went down to pretty much where they were at like close to release time. Release time was at 1800. They went to 1869 yesterday, and they went to 1950. I did mention that the number of cases at the lower price point was kind of low, and the momentum was still pretty strong. So yeah, these look like they're gonna maybe stabilize around 2000 for now. Like, but we're not stabilized yet. You're selling 100 boxes per day. You're not stabilized. And then a booster box is around the same price. This one's around 320. And you know, some of them go up to like 325. This other one, without the promo card, supposedly, yeah, it's just completely reversed the pattern. Like, before, the one with the without the promo card was worth more just because of the rarity, but now people are like, well, I don't get a card which is worth like $30, so I should pay less. So yeah, these are selling for about 300 to like 310. PCTBs have gone down, so yeah, this is down like 25. The Lucario one, just not really good sales for these. Booster boxes are where everyone's attention is going to right now. And then for this Gardevoir one, I think it's down about 15. Sold only one yesterday, or two yesterday. So yeah, momentum for these hasn't been very good. I think the Lucario ETBs are back up. They're back up about $5. So these have recovered. There's like a $20 difference. So yeah, it's pretty significant for these these normal ETBs. Gardevoir, I think, still around 90. Sold about 92 yesterday. So demand's still pretty good, but it's also like the cheaper ETB. And then for booster bundles, see, they sold 69 yesterday. And then usually it's more like 100 per day. And yeah, you're just seeing cases are going back up. It's 325 a booster box, so cases still have their premium. I think yesterday they didn't have their premium, so it didn't really make sense. Like, yeah, I see 865 a pack versus 886 a pack. And then the other major drops, the Lucario's down 25. This is down 15. Otherwise, these are only, the booster boxes have only moved like $1 to $3. All right, Destined Rivals. So Destined Rivals, really, the price has been pretty stable, and honestly, that's pretty great. It's still like the second most expensive booster box, Scarlet Violets. Can't really complain with Destined Rivals, unless you, I guess, bought recently. It's been around the 420. It's at 425 now. It's been pretty safely, just around like 410 to 440, but usually on the higher end. Most of the sellers want to sell for 435. Devastation has a bit of quantity, which keeps the price a little lower. But otherwise, not that many sales for Destined Rivals. The man is still selling in double digits, barely 10 sold yesterday, but other days it goes up to like 20. But the boxes are up $7. I think cases are down by like 15 or something. Case demand, another one sold yesterday, so people are still buying cases. It is slowing down. But you see someone bought another one, and I think stores probably realize this, and they're starting to sell off their cases a little bit, and you're gonna see some price competition. So you might be able to get some cheaper cases because of that. But still, the case premium is still there, still $40, $35 to $40 case premium. So people have taken note of that. People are using that to fuel like the Phantasmal Flames, Evolutions. Like, there's a clear effect. It's not just that they're good sets, but like they're good sets, and like there's people just basically on the past day like, oh, like Destined Rivals did really well. I want to get Mega Evolution. I got Phantasmal Flames. Phantasmal Flames is a little more dangerous because by that point a lot of like the patterns have been like known, and yeah, we're not fully sure how some of these sets will do. I'm just kind of waiting for them to do a bad set, and then people don't buy a lot, to be honest. And then for PCTBs, sold 3 yesterday. Yeah, they've been they've been so cheap recently. There's been like these really cheap sellers over here. Like there's still a lot of them are still around 380 to 390. So just some really cheap PC ETBs. ETBs are dropping below 120. 7 sold yesterday. Yeah, you're starting to see like 119s and 120s. These are heading to like 125. They've retraced back, and booster bundles down to 55. Sold 20 yesterday, and but most of the prices around 58 still. Yeah, booster bundles still the cheapest at like 9.16 a pack. Otherwise, everything else is like, you know, booster boxes are $11 a pack. Booster boxes are still cheap. Like booster bundles are the only other exception, but everything else is like still pretty expensive. But I know ETBs have their premium. Our Paldean Fates ETBs up $13. There was a sale yesterday. Someone put one for $275 that's been sold or removed. Now they're back around $290, so up $13. Booster bundles are down $250. They've been around $110 pretty consistently, so it's kind of a rare moment for them as of the last recent days. 2 ETB sold yesterday. Yeah, a lot of prices still around $290. Hasn't dropped as hard as the PC ETB has. I'm gonna look at these booster bundles. Yeah, supply is kind of, you know, higher than it was like a while ago. I just remember all those days when it was like double digits. Now it's been around triple digits, like low triple digits, but still triple digits for a while. One sold yesterday. You see a bunch of cheaper sellers. So over here, these 3 sellers. So fortunately, there's no shipping or whatever for this and this, but this is a little cheap. This is, you get a slight discount for shipping if you buy this one over here. Otherwise, you go back to 110. There's just so little of this compared to 151 bundles. For PCTBs, still around the 445, 450. Hasn't had a sale since September 30th, just to make sure the graph's not broken. There was this one with photos that sold the other day. But yeah, I'm not sure when this will rise back. It really is the promo, I feel like. It's a nice looking ETB though. Packs are still selling pretty well. I'm seeing just increased pack demand. 26 sold yesterday. And yeah, just like compared with that, like there was like no packs being sold. Just really interesting. Definitely seeing more momentum for Paldean Fates than Crown Zenith. And then this booster bundle display, which went up recently with that buyouts. Another one sold yesterday for about the 1400, and yeah, a lot of the prices are around 1400, so there's not really a huge need to buy at this price point. It's still cheaper than the other booster bundle displays, but the margin of safety isn't as good. All right, Crown Zenith ETBs are rising back up, so they're at 230 now. I think there's a cheaper one available. Sold 2 yesterday, and yeah, someone bought the cheaper one over here. And let's see, these are heading back to about 240. Crown Zenith, I think it's still been pretty stagnant. I haven't looked at the graphs yet, so we'll kind of see on this. There's some cheaper packs available at $14.50. Usually it's at least $14.70 or $15, so that's a little bit of a discount if you want to buy packs. 8 packs sold today, none yesterday, so not a lot of packs have been selling. Actually, I think there was like 1 pack or something. Yeah, 1 pack sold yesterday. Seeing Sky still around just under 210, so it's at 206. 0 sold yesterday. We still haven't seen the big run up of Crown Zenith Desire. Honestly, Prismatic is such an obvious buy compared to it. It's like half the price, or 2/3 of the price. So that's kind of the main priority right now. And yeah, these booster bundles over here, they're still 2 at 125. These are kind of the most stable, to be honest. People just generally want these, and I really feel like that there was like a shortage of these because they printed these so last minute. It's not like Paldean Fates and 151 booster bundles. Like the graph of this has been kind of amazing. It just usually goes up without any. Yeah, if you look at 600 graph, it just gradually goes up because there's so little supply and people want these. And then the PCTBs. No sales since December 30th. Yeah, really hovering around 440, and the main price change is that ETBs went by $11. All right, guys, I'm telling you, Prismatic is showing so many positive signs right now. Some of the things haven't grown as much as they should have, and they're great buying opportunities right now. So PCTBs, demand has doubled. You see 12 sold yesterday, and generally demand has been about 6. Even recently, some days had about 4 or 6. There's only been 2 recent days with 12 sold. These are technically up $100 because yesterday there was a really cheap PCTB for about $325. I said, hey guys, if you want it, go take it. I wonder if I can find it over here. Not really sure, but in yesterday's video, you check, you will see a where is it? a 327 $320 PCTB. Otherwise, these are generally been around 390 to 400. So from 390, it's up about $35 from yesterday, or from about 400, it's about up $25. This has been a long time coming. A lot of prismatic items, like one of the most alarming is just the pack price. The pack price has like stabilized or pretty much already. I'm seeing a lot of the Lucario boxes hover around 120 pretty consistently, which is 850 a pack. They went as down as 110, but it seems like pretty hard to keep them down. And then loose packs have recently been more consistent around 9, and not just 9, like 910 and 925 or something. And the number of packs sold every day is like, honestly, a lot of days it sells like 200 packs, like 250 seems like the normal amount. Today was sold about 350 packs. And so like for packs over here, you see 905 at the top. There's only so many packs, and it goes like 920 after that, 935. So like, rip and shippers will buy these because it's a little easier to just churn product around if you buy loose packs. But yeah, so these have been going up, and the recovery's been pretty good. So you can still get a lot of cheap prismatic relatively. Like remember Nostalgianomics, that anything less than $10 a pack is still like really crazy. But yeah, buying opportunity isn't fully over, but it's not as cheap as if you would got before. Super premium collections, like 151 UPCs went up, and then prismatic SPCs went up $7. You're seeing like the high dollar items kind of go up, and also pack prices go up, which is usually really healthy signs for prismatic overall. People want it. That means people want to invest in it, but people are also opening it a ton. SPC demand also actually doubles now that I look at it. 15 sold yesterday. It's usually about like 7. So yeah, as I told you guys, these are kind of rising, and yesterday I saw a lot more bunch up around 330. Not seeing that anymore, seeing like a little bit, and these are heading like more toward 340 now, so these are also rising. So like just one day changed the landscape for a lot of like the PCTB and the SPCs. For booster bundles, they're still around 60, like 65 or less. 75 sold yesterday, and yeah, like that's kind of where the price is hovering. So these things don't usually rise as much. A lot of the patterns are prismatic for 151 are going with prismatic. It took a while for 151 bundles to kind of rise above like $60, and it would like go slowly in like $1 increments. It went to 65, and I was like, hey, it's going to 67 guys and $70, and now I need to $100 bundles. So rises have been kind of like gradual, but they do happen eventually, but usually toward when they're printing a lot less of them. For Etbs, still just under 140. So yeah, demand is back into like barely double digits or single digits now. There was a demand spike the other day at 30, which matched what they were selling before, but now only 9 sold yesterday. I just said before, a lot of the buying opportunity for Etbs is kind of gone. I am starting to see the above 140s appear, so it'd be nice if we could break 140. For ETB cases, 0 sold yesterday, so took a break, but these have been also selling for quite a bit, for quite a big premium, like that's about $175 at ETB. For booster bundle displays, they sold this also technically doubles 3 sold yesterday. So yeah, there's been a lot, and I can tell there's been a lot of interest in these booster bundle displays. It really is an intriguing product, because if you just really think about it, there's definitely people, like I've seen comments, people saying, oh, I bought like the Paldean Fates bundle display when it was like below MSRP like a long time ago. I just kept it, and I guess it went up a lot. Or 151 I know, like Walmart, if you just happen to get like some, like I actually had like 1 or 2 from Walmart. I just bought like 60 booster bundles, and like 1 or 2 were sealed. But prismatic, it's been like attacked from the start. So I just, like, for me logically, like a lot of stores like didn't necessarily put them away because they couldn't even fill out their orders, so they had to kind of sell everything. So a lot of these were probably opened, and that was the main source for bundles. So I think that's part of the reason why the price has been so high. But yeah, you see, all the ones around 1500 get sold pretty quickly, and there's barely any. So this one's 1500 goes to 1600. The number of sold was yeah, you see a bunch of them with no displays, and then you see the ones around 1500 were sold. So the no display ones don't really make sense because they're just buying loose bundles, and it's kind of the same price. So I don't really get that actually. I think they might think there's actually display. People do weird things. Mini tin displays, sold another one yesterday. I think there's still a little too much supply, so the price won't really rise. And then these EV promos, these went down a little bit. They were around 14 before, now they're around 13. And demand has been lowering to around 50s. They were toward like 70 to 100 before. And the card boxes, just a lot of them are around 120. It's kind of hard to find like discounts. Like you can get discounts if you sometimes do the shipping, take advantage of shipping savings, and then divide by, this is $120 you buy one, but if you divide the shipping by 4, it's like, roughly $4 shipping, so it's like a 110 over here. And so, not a bad price for this, but some of them have 0% feedback, so it's sometimes hard to, get a good deal and with good safety margins. Alright guys, I don't even know anymore what's going on with this Phantasmal Flames thing. So PCTB demand doubles, and it's not just by a little bit. You see, someone bought like 13 PCTBs and the price is up $100. When I saw the price, I was like, what the? I literally said that out loud. And yeah, I don't know what's going on. So I do have a little experience with the PCTB pre-release because of Mega Evolutions. So last time with Mega Evolutions, the PCTB, there's only pretty much one seller to do trading, and like a good seller, if they see someone buy 13 whole PCTBs, like, oh, maybe the price is too low, so they start raising the price. So $6.99, up $100 from yesterday. Like I don't even know like what's going on, guys. It really feels like it's definitely way too much. Like why? But I don't know. But it is a really good arts. People are very hyped for this set. And there's dangers for these type of stuff. So I sometimes, depending on the prices, I'll make some play for the newer stuff. But I've been a lot more conservative with the newer stuff recently. I missed some stuff, whatever. But it's kind of okay. Not sure if I want to take a risk at like $600 for some PCTBs at pre-release. The booster box demand is going up 72. So like this looks like, aside from like the numbers are a little low, but this looks like it's already been released. This looks like it's already been released. Like this is how the graph looks. It has not been released yet. Another 72 sold yesterday. This set is just very hyped. You can tell that from the numbers, and everything with Destined Rivals and Mega Evolutions, like it's adding to the feel of like we gotta get on this stuff early, like really early. And then for the cases, they sold one case yesterday, so still under 100 boxes total, but yeah, like still like cases are selling pretty well. For normal ETBs, they sold 16 yesterday, so demand's a little down. It's usually around 20 to 30. And then for booster bundles, still around the same price, down about $9. I mean, only sold about 9 yesterday. Oh, I didn't do this. I'll just do it real quick, I guess. All right, adding magic. So yeah, the PCTB has been around 600. I think it drops like 500 something. Now it's up to 700, up $99. And then the booster box actually went down a few dollars, so they went down $3. So we'll see how this goes. All right, join together cases keep rising and they're still too cheap. So they're 1600 now. They've been rising the last couple of days. I've been calling this out for a while. They were $15.20 a few days ago, rose $15, then rose $50, then rose another $15. So it rose from $15.20 to 1600 in about four days. So up $80 from there. So per booster box, like they're pretty much just in line with booster box still. Booster boxes have been hovering around 265 recently. They dropped a little bit, and then booster box cases are just like what, $1.60 more per booster box. That's like laughable, especially with the booster box case premium that we've been seeing. And then other case doesn't really count. So yeah, let's look at the graph. So yeah, you see the case, people are buying this opportunity. 2 sold yesterday, 1 sold the day before, 3 sold the day before that. People have been buying up the cases. There's just one more, and then it goes 625. Like somewhere around here is the more appropriate price for joining together cases, just because of the case premiums. But we'll see. If this continues, definitely see it like leveling off a little bit, maybe. This booster box over here sold 2 yesterday, and yeah, you're seeing RJ Breaks is back to undercover one. That's why the boxes kind of went down. Otherwise, they're heading toward the 270s. This other box sold 4 yesterday, and yeah, there's also a little bunch up around 265. So maybe the journey together price is kind of stabilizing. Still pretty cheap considering a lot of other boxes are around 300, and it does have that promo card. I haven't checked where that was, but I remember it was like almost $100 for that Russia Ram promo card. one piece ETB sold yesterday, and yeah, most of them are around 200, and then nothing with this case is going on. All right, Black Bolt White Flare, demand number. So yeah, the piece ETB 225, you know, it went to high of 250. This is slowed down, although I only see one seller here, and it goes to 240, so it's actually around the same price. For PCT White Flare, around the same price, 225. One sold yesterday, zero sold yesterday, but there's more stagnation in the 225, 230s. Black Bolt still maintains $90 price point, so that's definitely something I'm keeping an eye for. I have like a very strong feeling some Black Bolt White Flare product will take off to some extent. Like the price just can't stay this low, because they're not going to prioritize printing this set just because it's not as like well received. And like people do like opening it up. It's not like a trash set or anything. It's just worse than some of the other ones. So I do see it going up to 92. For this one, yeah, it's at 84. So they're consistently $2 more, and that's talking about such a stagnant set. For stagnant sets like that, that's sort of the logic you need to kind of look at. There's these smaller sort of margins. 9 sold yesterday, and yeah, it's heading toward 85, like $1 more. But it's just kind of a comparison thing, and you know, supply will like dip quite a bit. 2 sold yesterday for a bundle. 22 yesterday sold for bundles. Yeah, these are like 57 now. These are getting close to like $58, $59. So that's quite a bit of a rise, close to $10 a pack. And then for White Flare, still kind of the same for Revort. It's around 50, so it kind of dropped a little bit. Sold about 20 yesterday. So White Flare bundle's not doing as well. We're seeing a bunch of drops for Final Fantasy, so these are down $14, down to $12.80. I said yesterday that like, yeah, the prices were bunching around 1,300, so it didn't really look like there would be like a major run or anything. Demand is falling accordingly, down to single digits. It's just really low. Like 10 is okay, but like once it gets like 5, like that's like barely any boxes at all. Like it's something, but definitely not as much as before. And then in cases, you can't really rely on cases to drive sales, so no cases have been sold. The main driver of sales is the packs. Yeah, even packs are, I guess they're back to 9. Yesterday they dropped to 5. 5 is a pretty bad number. 9 is okay. Pack prices are still pretty stagnant, stable. So that's a really good sign for packs. Like at least people are still buying this. But you do see some drops, like yeah, collector box cases down 10, collector box down 14, Japanese down 20, sadly, after it reached 720, after it broke 720 for first time in like forever. I know mega packs down $2.50. For mega packs, they're down a little bit. They sold 3 yesterday, and they're getting back to 135 though, so they are recovering actually. For Japanese, yeah, another like 2 boxes sold yesterday. There's been more Japanese demand. Not too bad for the month. You definitely see in the 3-month graph, it's pretty obvious. It flatlined and demand went down. Now it's rising back up. So still a little optimistic. I just can't wait to, like, I don't have any Japanese product for Final Fantasy, but like I just, you know, trying to root for this underdog. Like it's been a long time coming. There's been like no activity for Final Fantasy play, still in the 260s, 265, sold 7 yesterday. So yeah, demand, you're hitting like more consistently like single digits, which is not really a good sign either. For playbox cases, 8 sold, but the price is still in like the low 1400s, so I think it'll drop back down probably, unless something happens. And then gift bundles sold 5 yesterday, still like 195ish. Been pretty stable around there. Spiderman is about 510. I think like $5. That's from yesterday, but demand is going down. Not really not a good sign for that. Yeah, I haven't watched Rudy's videos in a while, but I wonder how this will go. And then for play boxes, they're in the 145, sold 32 yesterday. So yeah, so this is how a normal release looks like. For all you guys tracking Mega Evolution, this is how demand numbers usually go. Like they do drop to like below 100 after like a week. Mega Evolution is still selling 100 per day. That's why like it's really crazy. And definitely there's a lot of momentum toward it. like they were released on the same day, so like you can definitely see the difference, like same exact time scale. That wraps things up for this video. I hope you walked away with a better understanding of the market. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more deep dives in the Pokemon market. Tell me what's the next big investment you're considering in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all later.